The Battle of Badr. Lessons we can apply today. What would you do if the odds were stacked against you and everything seemed hopeless? The Battle of Badr shows us exactly what happens when you put your faith and strategy to the test. In this video, we are going to break down the Battle of Badr, not just as a significant moment in Islamic history, but as a treasure trove of lessons that we can apply to our daily lives today. How did a small group of Muslims defeat a much larger enemy? What can we learn from their courage, strategy, and faith that can help us overcome the challenges we face in our own lives? Stay tuned, because these lessons are timeless and incredibly relevant in today's world. Why the Battle of Badr matters. Before we dive into the lessons, let's set the stage. The Battle of Badr took place in 624 CE, and it marked a turning point in early Islamic history. The Muslims, under the leadership of Prophet Muhammad, were facing the Quraysh, a powerful tribe from Mecca. The Quraysh were determined to wipe out the growing Muslim community, and they sent a large army to confront the Muslims. But despite being vastly outnumbered by around 3-1, the Muslims won the battle in a decisive victory. So, what made this battle so significant? 1. It was a test of faith. The Muslims didn't have much to fight with, and they were up against a much stronger enemy. But they trusted in Allah's plan, and that faith was a powerful weapon. 2. It was a moment of unity. Despite differences in background and experience, the Muslims came together as one, fighting for a common cause. 3. It proved that strategy and preparation can overcome sheer numbers. The Muslims showed that intelligence, strategy, and belief were just as important, if not more so, than raw power. The lessons from the Battle of Badr. Let's break down the key lessons from the Battle of Badr, starting with the most important ones: faith, strategy, and unity. Lesson number 1: faith in the face of adversity. One of the most powerful aspects of the Battle of Badr is the unwavering faith the Muslims had in Allah, even when the situation seemed hopeless. When the Muslims were preparing for the battle, they were severely outnumbered and out-equipped. They didn't have the weapons or the military experience of the Quraysh. Yet, the Prophet Muhammad encouraged his followers to remain calm and trust in Allah's will. In a famous incident before the battle, the Prophet raised his hands in prayer, asking Allah for victory. His faith was not in the strength of the army, but in the strength of Allah's support, and it paid off. The Muslims' faith in Allah was the foundation of their victory. Lesson for today: in our own lives, we often face situations that feel impossible, whether it's in our careers, personal relationships, or struggles. The Battle of Badr teaches us that having faith in a higher purpose can provide the strength to keep going, even when the odds are against us. Lesson number 2: strategy over strength. While faith was crucial, strategy played a huge role in the success of the Muslims at Badr. The Muslims didn't rely solely on hope. They meticulously planned their approach. They chose the battlefield carefully, taking advantage of the geography to neutralize the numerical advantage of the Quraysh. The Muslims positioned themselves at a well-watered spot and strategically cut off the Quraysh's access to water, which weakened their morale. Furthermore, Prophet Muhammad made sure that his army was disciplined and well organized. Each member knew their role and the importance of their actions. The Muslims didn't win by brute force, but by tactical intelligence and careful planning. Lesson for today: the Battle of Badr teaches us that preparation and strategy are often more important than strength. Whether you're facing a big project at work, a personal challenge, or even just a tough day ahead, taking the time to plan your approach and think through your steps can make a huge difference. Relying on strategy rather than just raw power allows you to turn the odds in your favor. Lesson number 3: unity is strength. The Battle of Badr also emphasizes the power of unity. The Muslims, despite coming from different tribes and backgrounds, were united in their belief in Islam and their support for the Prophet Muhammad. This unity gave them the strength to overcome their enemies. When you are united, you become much stronger than you could ever be alone. Prophet Muhammad was a master of bringing people together. He knew that a divided group is easily defeated, while a united group can achieve incredible feats. The Muslims fought not just for themselves, but for each other, creating an unbreakable bond between them. Lesson for today. In today's world, unity is just as important. Whether in the family, the workplace, or a community, unity is essential for success. Divisions weaken us, but when we stand together with a common goal and purpose, we can achieve anything. The strength of community is a powerful force, and we should never underestimate its value. Lesson number 4. The importance of patience and perseverance. During the Battle of Badr, the Muslims were not only facing a physical challenge, but a psychological one as well. Many of them had never fought in a battle before, and the fear of the unknown was present. But they showed remarkable patience and perseverance. They knew that victory didn't come overnight, and that challenges were a part of the journey. One of the key moments during the battle was when the Muslims were facing the Quraysh's army head-on. Despite the fear and pressure, the Muslims held their ground. Their perseverance in the face of adversity is something that resonates with us today. Lesson for today. Life often throws obstacles our way, and we don't always know what the outcome will be. But just like the Muslims at Badr, we can choose to keep moving forward with patience and determination. Even when things seem tough, persistence is key. Introduce a problem, challenge. Despite all these powerful lessons, there's a challenge that many of us face today. The modern world is filled with distractions, doubts, and a constant pressure to succeed in a fast-paced environment. It's easy to lose sight of the principles of faith, strategy, unity, and perseverance when the noise around us is so loud. How do we apply these timeless lessons from the Battle of Badr when the challenges we face seem so different from what the Muslims at Badr experienced? How can we remain focused and calm in a world that feels chaotic and unpredictable? Exploration development. To tackle these challenges, we need to remember that the lessons from Badr aren't just historical. They are deeply practical. Applying the lessons of Badr means we must 1. Cultivate faith and trust in a higher purpose. In the face of difficulty, it's easy to get discouraged. But reminding ourselves of the bigger picture, just as the Muslims did, can keep us grounded and focused on what truly matters. 2. Plan and prepare. Success doesn't just happen. It requires careful thought and strategy. Whether it's a personal goal, a career ambition, or dealing with life's hurdles, taking the time to plan and prepare can lead to success even when the road seems tough. 3. Build and nurture unity. In a world that often focuses on division, we must recognize that our strength lies in working together. Whether it's family, friends, or colleagues, unity is something we should never take for granted. It strengthens our resolve and our ability to face challenges head-on. 4. Have patience and keep moving forward. Life isn't always going to go our way, and things won't always be easy. But just like the Muslims at Badr, we can find strength in persistence and patience. Success takes time, and perseverance is the key to overcoming obstacles. Climax key moment. Imagine if each of us applied these lessons from the Battle of Badr in our daily lives. What if we faced our challenges with unwavering faith, built our strategies carefully, worked together in unity, and kept going no matter how hard it gets? The power of these lessons isn't just historical, it's practical and life-changing. If we apply them today, there's no limit to what we can achieve, both individually and as a community. Conclusion summary. The Battle of Badr is more than just a military victory. It's a masterclass in faith, strategy, unity, and perseverance. By reflecting on the lessons from this battle, we can better navigate the challenges we face in our own lives. Whether we're dealing with personal struggles or working towards a common goal, the principles from Badr can guide us toward success. If you're ready to put these lessons into practice and see how they can change your life, Check out the next video on how to apply Islamic principles to everyday challenges.